Jennifer Bushman's in the Blend Kitchen this morning. How she coaches home cooks to be environmentally responsible. And she's going to give us a few recipes, too.
Oh, there's a live look at her in action.
Fresh. You know, something you really notice at the farmer's market, more families are really looking for the foods that are fresh and local.
And then beyond that, foods that are sustainable and environmentally responsible, but they've also got to be healthy and delicious or we're not going to eat it, especially kids. So how can you combine it all on a weeknight, no less?
Kidding, to make it fast. Yes. That's right. For that, we welcome in chef and best-selling cookbook author Jennifer Bushman.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Good morning.
It feels like a big task, doesn't it? We
just
just made a whole list of things, but actually sustainability is really easy. There are fantastic groups and retailers like Hy-Vee that are doing all kinds of things to make sustainability more accessible.
That's where we're shopping, so maybe you can give us some tips on what to look for.
So when you go to the grocery store, how do you do that? How do you do that?
So there are a couple things. We're talking about fish today. Now, the thing about fish and seafood is that the fish case all looks the same. You know, it's this big C, and all it says is this is salmon, and this is where it's from. So I want to show you something. This is an app by Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch, and what it is that I love this with the kids. You type in what type of fish you're looking at and the country of origin, and it'll come up red light, green light, or yellow light. Green light, go.
Right.
We're farming it or we're catching it sustainably. Red light, you never ever want to buy it because it's not sustainable for the oceans.
Wow, that's brilliant.
So just search Seafood Watch in the App Store?
In the App Store, and it'll pop right up.
Perfect.
It's free. It's from Monterey Bay Aquarium. What's great about this is that it really does give you some traceability. Not only is it giving you all of these ideas, but also it's telling you, you know, this is where we are in the place in the ocean. The ocean is stressed in some areas by as much as 90%. So, and it has an amazing ability to replenish itself, and it's a great way to engage the kids, which is part of what we need to do here to get them to eat different types of foods.
Well, talking about salmon and talking about farm salmon, because farm salmon is a little bit different than, is there higher fat content?
Right, actually,
nutritionally, what's the difference?
Interestingly enough, this is Verlasso salmon. It's the only ocean-raised salmon to ever be part of the Seafood Watch program. So you, in the scale of all the different types of farm salmon, you really have to be careful about what you buy. Verlasso has nearly the same fat content as wild, excuse me, and it has the same omega-3s.
Great. So
it also,
the benefits.
Comes with a gill tag. You'll see this. This is super fun for the kids too.
So it's got
and
a
it has a QR code
on there.
And it tells you the farmer and the farm where it's from.
I love this idea.
And in the case of Hy-Vee, they actually keep the gill tag on there. So the kids, you can get it, hand it to them, and say, look, meet the farmer.
Find out where it
Another
came from.
way to engage them.
Can we cook?
Yes,
I want a recipe.
can. So part of it is, you know, kids will eat 90% of the foods they participate in making. And so we want to give them something that's mild. Verlasso's raised off the coast of the Patagonia, and because of how it's raised, it's not just sustainable, but to your point, it's not fishy, smelly.
Yes.
It has those omega-3s, but it doesn't give you all of that crazy fishiness as you're cooking it.
How are you seasoning this?
So I'm going to season it with a little salt and pepper and a little bit of chili powder. Children actually have 30,000 taste buds. And they're
very adults,
which only have about 10.
Oh,
so if you think of things that are
3 times as many taste buds.
So if you think of things that are super strong in flavor, they're not going to like them because they're super hypersensitive tasters.
Right, and so that doesn't have the fishy smell, even for adults who don't like that fishy smell.
It's wonderful. And you know how we can bring out the sugars is we can actually add acid. So if we want to bring sugar out in foods and make them taste sweeter without actually adding sugar for the kids, you can add a little lime juice or lemon juice, and that'll actually bring out the flavor. And then the other thing that's a really great tip is you got to let it brown. Do you see how we get that gorgeous caramelization? It's nicely browned, and that also will make it sweeter. So we have this thing about if kids won't eat the vegetables raw, they may eat them steamed. If they won't eat them steamed, they may be willing to eat them roasted because that caramelization lowers the bitterness level and raises the sweetness.
And as we're focusing on a weeknight meal here, salmon takes such little time to cook.
That's right.
You're able to throw it in the skillet and get on.
Very little time, and we've also got some sauces to serve with it.
Yeah,
so do me a favor, put some of the cumin and the chili powder in that little bit of cream. It's just a sour cream or a creme fraiche, and then add some lime juice to it.
Okay.
And then you have some other sauces on the side over there.
Because the kids love to dip. And this is just done as a skewer. There's a little ranch dressing.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of peanut dressing. And then I've also got some tomato sauce. Because if kids won't eat vegetables, if they eat a quarter cup of tomato sauce, they get a full serving of vegetables.
Well, it's a nice way to personalize, too. If you have, 2 or 3 kids at the table and they don't have the exact
same taste.
Yeah, then you give them a chance to customize, and that's smart.
Exactly.
How's the salmon coming?
It's coming along. We've got it nice, starting to get nice and brown. And look how I've done it in these little cubes, because it takes kids about 12 times tasting something, the same food, to like it if it's new. So I put it in these little cubes because I thought, you know what? If we do these little cubes and then they can just try a little bite, they're usually more willing to do it than if it's some big piece.
You put them on skewers with tomatoes. Will the kids eat the tomatoes? Did you find
roasted? They will. Yeah. I think it's a little bit warmer in flavor, but you can add things they like. You could do some roasted carrot if you wanted to. We've also got some veggie chips.
So the veggie chips, the kids love these.
They do.
And then you they love
a little
cheese and apples.
And some apples.
That's a great meal.
Just to make it kind of fun. And then you could also, right next to you are some little ice packs. And if you freeze those ice packs, like the football or even those, you can actually throw those in the lunch bag. Right. And then this little idea could actually go for lunch as well.
Gotcha. Yeah.
What about your cookbook? What's the name of it?
So the Kitchen Coach series is a cookbook series that's weeknight, weekend, and family meals. So all of these ideas are in there. And of course, the Verlasso salmon, look for that at Hy-Vee. They're just bringing it into store. We're really excited about it. We're going to do a whole series of demos this weekend.
So Hy-Vee's just getting that in right now.
It's in now, and we're going to be tasting it all weekend long.
So if we're shopping, we might run into you at different points across the city this
Most
weekend.
Definitely. Or if you happen to be at Disney World, I'm going to be at the Disney Epcot Food and Wine Festival.
I'm not planning on it.
2 months.
We better plan a trip, right?
Make
You've been there for 2 months?
Yeah, if anybody's, it's a 52-day festival, and I'm going to be teaching and doing dinners and all kinds of fun stuff.
If people are going down there, where will they find you?
They'll find me in the...
making plans.
Well, I got to get this figured out, right?
What hotel are you in?
In Epcot. Okay, Epcot. Go to Epcot.
In Epcot,
Make reservations there, too.
Online, they'll tell you all about the festival. It's going to be fun.
For this recipe, we've also posted it on our website at omahamorningblend.com. So if you want to check it out, feel free to visit our site.
Definitely.
And how do you want to finish up?
Well, I'd say, really the most important thing is to start to think about eating more sustainably and really getting educated about the ocean and ocean health. So look for that Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch app and just engaged. It's fun. Kids will love it.
They'll love the salmon. It's not very strong at all.
I told you, it's very mild, which is fantastic.
Very mild.
When it's high quality, that's what you get.
That's right. When it is high quality, and certainly the way they're raising it and where, with all of that thoughtfulness and care, that's going to make a difference in not just dinner tonight and salmon tonight, but for dinner in 7 generations.
We need to do a whole show with you. Next time you're in town, let's do a whole show.
He just wants to eat for an hour.
It's fine with me. I've got enough food. We could do it now.
What is wrong with that?
I see that.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.